Next week, Jews will observe Passover and Christians will celebrate Easter. But according to a youthful movement in Los Angeles, Holy Week is a time for all believers to unite in the common themes of both religions.
Here's that youthful guy, Rabbi Jason Sobel of an outreach ministry called Fusion Global, here with details about a special Passover Seder. Welcome.
Good morning.
Hey, it's great to be here with you. Thank you so much.
Good to have you here. So,
Yeah.
first of all, what is a Passover Seder and why is it a great time for Jews and Christians to come together?
Yeah, Passover Seder celebrates the great freedom and transformation that God brought for our ancestors in days long ago and still wants to bring today. And so Jews celebrate that freedom. And the Last Supper was actually a Passover Seder. So it's important for both Jews and Christians to understand the roots and the connections.
But Rabbi, you maybe have heard some criticism that by combining the two, maybe you dilute them individually. How do you feel about that?
Sure, I actually think it enhances it. It's the opposite. All the first followers of Jesus were Jewish. And so we want Christians to understand the roots of the faith. It helps bring better understanding and relationships. And we believe that we're called to be better Jews, even if you believe in Jesus or don't.
And you've brought some things here that we would see at a Passover Seder that have significance for Jews and Christians.
Absolutely. One of the first things is the 4 cups of the Passover Seder. This reminds us of the physical, spiritual, emotional, and relational freedom God wants to bring, and especially the 3rd cup, which is the cup of redemption, the blood of the Lamb on the doorpost in Egypt. And this was the cup that Jesus raised at the Passover Seder and said this was his blood that was going to be spilled for the forgiveness of sins. So that's obviously significant for Jews and Christians at this season.
Of course, matzah, unleavened bread.
Of course, the matzah.
At the table.
Matzah, the unleavened bread, is known as the bread of affliction. It reminds us of our slavery in Egypt. And one of the things we do is we eat the unleavened bread with some of the bitter herbs to remind us of the bitterness of slavery. And I think eating the matzah today is more important than ever because there's 27 million slaves in the world today, more than ever in history. So let my people go is something that's important today as it was back years ago. And it was also the bread that Jesus broke at the Passover Seder and said, this is my body which is broken for you, pierced, striped, bruised, broken, the greater Moses. So all these things connect for both Jews and Christians.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's just great because I don't think people think of it that way. And it is something that we can all be together in.
Yeah, because, you know, there's a message of hope. That the world can be better, that the future can be better than the present. And we all need to come together more than ever and to make a change and to make a difference in the world. And that comes through understanding, uniting to ignite transformation. There has to be a fusion.
So true. Thank you.